Hey David, here at Boulevard Place. Just wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of what's going on over here. So it's a nice little street actually, really close to the Children's Museum. You're close to Ivy Tech, IUPUI. So location-wise, it's pretty solid. Again, I think we talked about some of the crime in the area. It's not the best, it's not the worst. But overall, I think this house is pretty much rent ready. I don't think that there's anything that I would add, because I don't think adding much more is going to add to the rental value. So I think this should rent around $750, $800 where it's at currently without having to do anything personally. So, I mean, you walk in and it's a pretty big space. I mean, these have got to be 9-10 foot ceilings. The living room, dining room space is huge. I mean, it's massive. It's got a lot of the original character with these, 5-panel doors. It's very common for this time period. You have a nice little bump out in this room. Great lighting, the windows are updated. I did notice that the roof, it's probably in the later stages of its life, but looking at the ceilings, I'm not seeing anything too major. I'm not seeing any evidence of leakage at this point, but I'll let the inspector point that out. And here's bedroom number 2. Again, really tall ceilings throughout. Looks like they kind of added in this closet space up here, extra storage above. And then you got a kind of a Jack and Jill bathroom. It's not connected to the bedroom, but it is kind of a Jack and Jill bathroom setup. So you have your laundry unit that you can put in right here. Got your vanity, bathroom. Tile's a little outdated, but it's not a huge deal. I don't think that's going to be prohibitive to a tenant renting the place out. You have a pretty big kitchen, great lighting throughout. You have nice windows, good lighting. The backyard space is pretty nice too. One thing I'm noticing here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the video, but the closer I get to this door, I do notice that the floor does slope a bit. So that is one thing to note. The mechanicals in the basement looks pretty good overall. I'll show you. Oops. So you got a nice fully fenced backyard. It's pretty quiet back here. Looks like most of the neighbors are taking pretty good care of their place. Looks like they've changed probably the layout of the house a little bit over time. And you have a good off-street parking space right here as well, which is definitely nice. Now, in the crawl, you're not going to be able to see it. I noticed that there is some deterioration of the block foundation. I don't notice it too much throughout the house that the floors are wonky, but it is something to note that there could be, some foundation-related items. So it just depends on how bad it is and if it's going to get worse over time. But other than that, one thing I did notice, I don't think this house has central air. That will be one expense that we'll have to put into the place. But I think everything else cosmetically is fine to get this rented out as is. So we could probably get this on the market really quick. But I think adding central air would be important, or at least window units in the property is what I would probably do. Either or is a good option. So I hope this is helpful, and let me know if you need anything else from me.